They are going with Jacoby Brissett over Drake Maye. And we will get to talk to that guy, Gerard Mayo, about that decision on this show on Tuesday when we get back from the long weekend.
Well, the good thing about Jacoby Brissett starting, and if it is all season long, you'll stink. So you might be in the top 3, and potentially Travis Hunter, the kid from Colorado.
It's one game, Wiggy.
Hey, he was nails last year, like as a player out there. I think he's maybe, these pro rankings as far as prospects have him, top 3 best overall players coming out next year. So he could be somebody that you might want to keep your eyes on. And that's why college football is a great thing. Who could the Pats use with that, with their potential top 5 pick again? Travis Hunter? I mean, he can play both ways. I don't know if he does it in the NFL, but who the hell knows?
I mean, you know better than the rest of us. Maybe this ends up being the right call because Jacoby Brissett is able to manage the new offense better than Drake Maye, and you got to.
Craig, you believe that?
You got a strong. I'm trying to talk myself into it, like a lot of fans. You got a strong defense, so maybe defense wins football games. Is that still true, Wiggy?
I mean, to some point, but even the defense is probably going to take a step back a little bit. You lost, Judon, and we don't know what's going on with Barmore. So, there's going to be some, they said that Christian Gonzalez is struggling a little bit at camp. So who the hell knows where your defense is going to be? But is there a chance that your offense is worse this year than it was last year?
Here's a 207 text that means it's from my adopted home continent of Maine. And thank you to everybody who listens to this show on our radio stations in Maine. You guys are overreacting on the Maye situation. As we saw with Bill, teams often improve during their first month, and perhaps they expect the O-line to develop dramatically over the first month and then be ready for Drake Maye. So maybe that's what the expectation is. Maybe that's the plan, Wiggy.
Mm-hmm. Listen, I get that's what people are going to tell me, but what would be the difference between week 1 and week 4? The offensive line gets you 4 or 5 weeks under their belt, and I think the only question you're really going to have with the O-line, my personal opinion, is who's your left tackle. And you can help your left tackle out. Maybe you put a tight end over there. You chip there with the running back. You take a little pressure off of that guy, whoever it is, and that helps out the rookie quarterback. But at least the rookie quarterback is able to get the experience and the reps that he needs. You run the ball a little bit more.
We talked about this yesterday. If your O-line is shaky at best, don't you want a guy who can scramble and has some pocket presence and can make something out of chicken salad or what? Like I mean, that's Drake Maye. That's not Jacoby Brissett.
100%. It's all about when it breaks down. And, and I know Nico, he brought up a good point yesterday saying it turns into backyard football, and you want the better athlete to be able to do that.
But Ninkovich yesterday, when he called this show randomly, suggested that this was the absolute right decision that was made by whoever made the decision.
And before the decision was made, though, Devin McCourty said the same thing. You've heard a lot of players say that.
Yeah, they were all wrong.
And I've noticed a lot, Jelani Tavai, and he's great. I love having him on this show. But every time we bring up Jacoby and Drake, he's very complimentary towards Jacoby and really doesn't say much about Drake Maye, only that he needs to prove himself.
Yeah, you got to do that, though.
But that's what you don't have to do that because they're both your teammates. So I mean,
everybody was very complimentary of Mac Jones. No, Mac Jones. I mean, you got to do that. I think that when you look at it, and I get what McCourty's saying, I get what Ninkovich is saying, I get their points. I don't agree with it. I think when you start to look the way the league is today, you want to know what you got one way or the other. You want to be able to have them go out there. And I bet you if I asked both of them, and I asked, we had Matt Ryan on here, and you ask anybody who's played in the NFL, would you rather get live reps or be standing on the sideline not getting those reps? Every guy will tell you.
Here's a 781 text that says probably less turnovers with Jacoby Brissett than there would be with Drake May.
How?
Yeah.
How does he figure that? Wait, how many turnovers did Drake May have in preseason? How many did Jacoby Brissett have? Oh, all right. Thank you. I'll take it off the air.
Yeah.
Idiots. People are so dumb. Like, what are you talking about? Jacoby Brissett just stands in the pocket and throws prayers up.
You don't have to refer to